Sound check. Sound check. Can anyone hear me? How's the music volume? How's the voice volume? Let me know. Are we in? Silver says yes. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. Did the Discord notification go off? I think it did. It did on YouTube at least. Oh, we are so back. Music a little loud? W. That's the kind of input I need. Let's go to like 8. How do we feel about 8? Music better at 8? Why must we choose? Well, you know. You don't have to choose. You could watch Blissy and then come watch me when Blissy's done. Maybe Blissy will raid me. We'll see. If Blissy knows that I'm live and starting this, can we get some music we can shake our ass to? This is what we're getting. This is the playlist. Pokemon is in fact so back though. Bye-bye, Blissy stream. No, come on. Don't be at my dog like that. I'm ready, he says. Hold on, I need Pokefinder. Not that version. Oh, I clicked on my OBS instead of... Is it this one? Yeah. Yeah, we'll put that over there. Really, I only need one tool. I only need one tool for this. Alright, so we got like 900 windows open on my desktop. About 900 windows. Which is normal for an RNG manip situation, as most people who watch me would know. Teach any move hasn't been working for me. My Acemon's name keeps replacing my move set in 4-byte increments. That sounds like Typo City, or you don't have Switch selected in your dropdown. I'm not going to troubleshoot Ace today. If you got Ace questions, you take that to the Discord. Maybe somebody will help you. We drink from my invisible water wall. We are focused. We are focused today on Leaf Green Starter RNG. That is our focus. Yes, I am indeed drinking from the void. Yes. These questions are not immediate ban. If we're in a lull, you know, I'll check it out. Help my peanut brain understand Blissey guide. We're gonna get there. Yeah, I'm gonna do Squirtle. All right. So I've already, just to cover what I've done, I've already made a save file, and I've already set my text speed to fast. So we're going to be making a brand new save. We can soft reset back to the main menu. And we're going to be doing this the Hefe way. We're going to be doing this the Hefe way. We will not be following the Blissey guide. I have my own methods. I have my own techniques. If you've been watching Yogg2's stream, then you might be familiar with some of my techniques. But we're going to be using a 901 target frame on the intro cutscene. So let me boot up. Let me get that booted up. We're going to make a new game. Then we have to get to the naming screen. Who else is here after figuring out your macro controllers don't work? I need to put a video out on that. Because I have also received the reports that macro controllers are hitting duplicate frames, and I need to see it for myself. There should be a way to get around it, but if your macro can only input data, like you can't add any randomness to the macro, you are going to get some dupes, for sure. Fair warning, there is a massive windstorm in my area today. So there's a non-zero chance I lose power and the stream explodes. If that happens, just go on Twitter and say that the Nintendo Ninjas took me down. It'll be funny. All right, so for step 1, I'm doing this from the naming screen. We're starting this from the naming screen. The reason we start from the naming screen is because that right after I hit confirm on the naming screen, my trainer ID is set, and that trainer ID becomes the RNG seed, right? And then sometime after that, when we do the last A input, during the intro cutscene, our secret ID is set. So we can use our trainer ID to predict our secret ID is the play, right? But in order to know approximately where we're going to land in terms of our secret ID, we need to use a timer for this portion. Now, if you're using a custom name, you don't have as much time, or you need more time. I'm not going to be using a custom name. I'm going to be using a default name, right? And when you're using a default name, your secret ID frames will always fall on odd. So this VOD will be totally uploaded intensely, yeah. So you will see what I mean when I get there, but I'm gonna kick this off. I've got my timer set to a 5-second pre-timer. I'm gonna hover over the OK button here. And then I'm gonna hit start. Oh, wait. I know that's wrong. I know I'm in 119.445. You have to be in GBA mode for this one. I was doing Ace RNG yesterday, but friendship ended with Ace. RNG is my new best friend, right? All right. I'm clicking play. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we wait here. 3, 4, 5, 6. And that locked in our secret ID. Hold on, I need to increase the volume of E on timer. The beeps are not loud enough for me. Sorry, the music's gonna get loud for a second. Still a little quiet for my taste. Let's try it now. Okay. I think that's loud enough for me. Can I go in here to Hey, Mugen dude, thank you for becoming a member. Much appreciated. Interval count. They don't let me up the volume. I think I've got it pretty balanced. How's the music? Is the music a little too quiet now? I can bump that up now. Let's take a sip from the ghost bottle. We'll do another beep check. Alright, that's manageable. Well, yeah, but I need the music in there. The music is good. Okay, so we got our trainer ID. Let me bring over this guy. Move this guy over a little bit. Dude, I have so many windows. So I'm going to check. 11952 is my trainer ID. I'm going to put that into PokeFinder here. I set the initial advances to 2290. And then I'm going to do like 100 advances. And then I'm going to hit generate. And so these little guys right here are my potential secret IDs. In testing, I usually land around 2305 or 2303. Because we gave our rival a preset name, we can only land on the odds here. So we don't have to worry about 300, 302, 304, etc. But we do have to worry about the odds. I might do another run because I just don't trust that one. It was my first one of the day, you know? I don't want to be stuck resetting secret IDs for a million years. So let's do a fresh one. That was a dry run. That was a test. Everybody gets it now. Everybody knows what we're doing. I'm going to do no pre-timer because I'm the GOAT. Feisty pet meme. That's a typo. 100% a typo. You screwed up the box name somewhere. Resetting for a cooler TID. Also not a bad play. But I can change my TID to whatever I want later. And I want my name to be Hefe. Usually my other save file is Hefe. Okay. We're hovered over. 3, 2, 1, go. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, the gender shouldn't matter. If you do a custom name, you land on evens. Yeah, Joey, correct. You are tracking. You are paying attention. I like that. 28297. Let's check it. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight these. So I'm gonna start on 2303. I think those are the ones that we'll need to check. Have we tested gender? Yeah, I've done it on both. Or did I? Man, now you're making me sweat. All right. I guess I have to go. We have our test secret IDs. I'm gonna go get to the starter. Let's grab a potion. Because we grabbed the potion here in this house. We are potion grabbers. No, we're manipulating a shiny starter. That's the initial plan. Now, if I get the starter and I've only been streaming for like a couple hours, then maybe we'll go play the game a little bit, get sweet scent, and try to do some sweet scent RNG. If you use a non-preset name, how would you determine your initial advances? Blissy's guide covers doing it with a custom name. You use a longer timer of like 1500 and you wind up at like 34, 92, 94, somewhere around there. But I'm sticking with preset name today. Who cares what your rival is named? You beat his ass anyway. All right, where's my squirt dirt? That's my dude. Okay, now we have to make sure we are on mono help. I also have stereo help seeds for leaf green. I might check them. I have stereo help and mono help seeds. I've had the seed bot running for leaf green, so we've got some stereo helpers too. But I'm gonna start with mono help. We're gonna save. There's a different save game. That's fine. And then just for safety, I'm going to save a second time because we found out, and this also applies to the GBA games, by the way, we found out that if you don't save twice in front of the starter, you get different seeds because save block 2 is empty. This wouldn't normally happen on a GBA game because you'd have it, like most GBA games have a save file already. But if you were to like do the up X and B or up select and B on the title screen and clear all the save data and make a fresh save game, you would get different seeds, and it affects the seeds in the same kind of way that like changing these settings does. So that was a fun discovery. Okay. Let's move the game over for a little bit. Move the game over. We are on calibration. We are on mono help. We are looking at, I'm going to pick a seed somewhere in here. I'm going to do like plus or minus 50 on seeds to start. I'm going to do minimum advances like 1200. Max advances like 4000. Required overworld frames, I do 500. And my trainer ID is 28297. And I'm going to start with 2303. That's 38904. Okay. We are on starter Squirtle. Shiny star square. We have to click refresh once because we got the silly bug, but it keeps all your settings. We just have to click Squirtle again. And we hit submit. Star square search. And what do we got? We got one. Ooh, this one's like, this is 1337. Dude, this one's literally on frame leet. Yeah, we have to go for the one on frame leet. That's cracked. Mild. Frame leet, we gotta go for that. That's A4FD frame 1337. So I'm gonna go over here, go to custom. 30391 is what it says the MS should be. And our target seed was who? A4FD. So we want to make sure we set our target seed to A4FD so that we get good results. I'm going to put the seed, I'm going to keep the seed at plus minus 20. We'll see how this goes. Overworld frames 500. Static. We don't need shiny star square on anymore. And this is all good. And then lab advances, I do 574. 300 is too fast for the save select screen. We'll find out. So I find that if you put 574 down here as your last advances, that actually works out to about 1,000, which is what this is estimating if you put 500 in here. The reason... Why do I do 500? Because it's just faster. And it works out to exactly 1,000. So I did the math. Let me pull up my calculator. And I'll try to explain the math that I did here. I'll try to explain some of the math I did here. So there are a few different sources. Let me put in 1337 because that's our target, right? So there are a few different things along the way. ChatGPT. I don't have ChatGPT. Where'd you see that? Is that just in my like start menu? Oh, in comment. I got you. Okay, so let's walk through all the different bits and pieces along the way that can affect the final result. This is so you can get a little closer. Yeah, we'll update the text guides. They're not updated yet, but they will be updated. So when you advance, let's cover the first piece. When you advance past the title screen, there's this thing that we call seed lag. And what seed lag is like your last A press happens, the title screen advances forward, it fades to white. The seed isn't actually set until 120-ish frames later, right? So that means your load screen advances are automatically 120 less than you would have expected. That's what this 217 is. So if we wait on the load screen for 337, only 217 advances will have actually gone by. So I'm accounting for that. The next one is that when you press A on the starter in GBA and DS wasn't actually selected. until about 20 advances later. Now, in this game, in the overworld, the RNG moves 2 advances every frame. So in this game, it's 40. So I'm accounting for that. And then with those 2 accountings, I got pretty close. But then I realized there's one more screen transition that we need to account for. And that's the difference between load screen and overworld. So you hit A to continue your file. How many frames pass before the game goes into 2x2 mode? Is it instant? No, it's about 34 advances, right? So that's what this all works out to say, that like the 574 is controlling for all of those other little screen transitions along the way to make sure that we actually spend 1,000 advances in the lab, 500 frames. We're spending 574 frames from load screen to starter, but of that, only about 500 is in 2x2 mode, so we wind up with 1,000 advances total, okay? So that's the story behind 574. And then down here, our frame is 337. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be long enough, but we're going to find out. I'm going to do our first test run. The other thing that we discovered is the home buffer. So if you just boot the game normally like this, that load screen right there is inconsistent. Switch 1, switch 2, it's inconsistent no matter the hardware that you're on, right? So what Martini Silver in my Discord, the GOAT, we will spread the gospel of Martini Silver the world over. That guy is a legend. I wish Martini Silver was here so I could glaze him even harder. Martini Silver hit me up and he said, yo, I've been doing this thing called the home buffer. Have you tried it? And I said, no. What is that? And he said, press home right after you boot the game. So you boot the game and then you press home. And then the emulator loads up in the background. And then when you boot the game with a single A press here, when you boot the game with a single A press here, you get consistent load times or more consistent load times. All right, I'm starting my first attempt. Here we go. Shout out Martini Silver, dog. That guy's my GOAT. I'll glaze that guy till the sun goes down. Drink from my ghostly bottle. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, we're holding A all the way until we see the continue screen. All right, I didn't need to advance past that. I goobed my attempt. I thought I needed to be faster, but I had plenty of time. All right, let me try that again. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. You shouldn't see the Switch 2 logo on the Switch 2. The Martini buffer, W. On Switch 1, you might see the Switch logo for a little bit, but if you only see it for like 1 frame, it's okay. And on Switch 1, you need to press home a little bit later. If you press it too fast, the app won't open. Why is this song so loud? Or it's loud to me. It might not be loud to y'all, but it's loud to me. Yeah, quest log is 2x2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's see how good the 574 really is. Let's see if 574 is truly legit. If this was instant shiny, I would pog out of my mind, but no. Okay. So our Squirtle is adamant. Our Squirtle is adamant. The IV calculator unlocks. Over to the stats. 5, 20, 11, 12, 9, 12, 9. Search. Okay, we get about 1 billion results because I think I still have seeds on like plus minus 50. But it's our first attempt, so I'm going to do a best practice. I'm not gonna cope myself into thinking that I'm the GOAT. I'm gonna get my level 6. Do we include gender? We would if it was female, because that really helps us narrow it down. Oh, Bulbasaur's doing nothing. Was that what you meant with the hitting seeds inconsistent from yesterday? What are you talking about yesterday? You talking about in Yogg2's stream? We got that ironed out. The seeds looked fine to me. Okay, we got our stats. Got our stats, and we scroll up. We got a new row. 6, 22, 12, 14, 9, 13, 10. Where's your lab coat? What's up, Young? Submit. Okay, I gotta shrink. My advance range is huge. Yeah. I'm only gonna look from like, it was 1337, right? So I'm gonna look from 1300 to 1400. That should narrow it down quite a bit. I'm pretty confident in the advance range. All right, so we've got 2 results there. That's annoying that I can't see them. Give me the... Oh, come on, mouse. Oh my god, it shrank the whole thing. I'm just gonna make this like... Is that good? Is that over my head? Yeah, there we go. We're over my head now. Okay, so we're either... Oh, these are both pretty close. I'm inclined to think it's this one. Minus 84 milliseconds, 1339. But I'm gonna gain another level just to be sure. Yeah. First attempt, it's always good to even go to like level 7 or level 8. The Hawk 2.0 merch? Dude. I don't know how to make merch. I guess I could look it up, but... Will there be a difference between Switch 1 and Switch 2? The only difference between Switch 1 and Switch 2 is that the timers are offset, but we have offsets built into 10 lines. I thought they gain EVs when you beat the Pokemon. Yeah, but you need to gain at least 4 EVs in a stat for it to potentially add an extra stat point. And sometimes it's not 4. Sometimes you need like 8 or even 12 or even 16 to get that extra stat point when you're only at like level 6. It depends on the IVs and the all kinds of stuff. Why does the website EN timer stack the beeps? If it's stacking the beeps, your timers are probably too close together. Yeah, I did talk about the rival's name in the odds and evens, yeah. Do I need to be a human metronome? Yeah, you do. Actually, like, if you want to be cracked at this, you need to be a human metronome. If you can't bop along with the beeps, then you're cooked, bruh. You ain't hitting shit. Wait, you can reset with A, B, X, and Y? Yo, that's crazy. I've been hitting plus and minus the whole time. All right, hold on. We put in our stats. 7, 24, 13, 15, 10, 15, 11. Submit. Oh. We still don't know which one of these 2 bozos it is. I might have to go hit some Mankeys. Let's get a potion from this guy. Gonna heal up. Do I calibrate on every attempt? No, not once I'm close. Once I get within 1 seed, 1 frame, I stop calibrating unless I'm consistently even or early. No, all 3 of the things need to match. You have to have the right, yeah, it has to have the right nature. It's got to have the right IVs. It's got to be the same frame. It's got to be the same seed. Otherwise, it's not the same Pokemon. A bingo board? I'm not prepared to set up the bingo board. Are you and Blissey brothers? No. We are not. Nice try, though. Is it possible to note if you are too fast with the home button on Switch 2? No. You can't be too fast with the home button on Switch 2. It buffers the pause. Is there a difference between French and English when the save file is created? Yeah, there is. It's based on the text. Blissey's guide has some guidance for European gamers. I've only done testing on English for starter, so I can't confirm the exact amount. Are there any different ACE steps for Switch 1, Switch 2? No. Is it true that you only have about 17 milliseconds margin of error to be on the exact seed? In some cases, it might even be closer to 8. I'm serious. Like, there are some seeds that are like half frame seeds. Fire Blast is super effective. Until we have enough seeds to RNG legendaries without Ace. Cody Kitzman. I mean, you can RNG shiny legendaries without Ace right now. But you are probably not going to be able to RNG competitive shiny without Ace. We're going to need a lot more seeds for that. And it's like, when a seed like that drops, it's like an event. It's like if we get a seed that's like close to a 5 IV frame, like Blissey and I will both be aiming for it. Is LG harder to hit than Fire Red? No, they should be the same. That's kind of why I'm doing this on Leaf Green, because everybody I know has been doing it on Fire Red, and Yogg was spitting some shit to me last night about how Leaf Green is broken, and now I have to like prove that it's not. Eight, 26, 14, 17, 11, 16, 12. Quit that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus. No way I don't narrow it down with another level. So we don't have all settings for all seeds? No. Jesus, man. We only get like 120 seeds a day. And that's if the bot doesn't crash. Is the box 14 exit code up to date? Yeah. I so should have done a female. All right, I can only fight Mankeys from now on. I'm hunting Snorlax and my world's frame is set to 1800. Why do you have it set so high? That's 3,600 frames. At 2x2. What's your target frame? Discord link? Exclamation point Discord. All right, hopefully level 9 is enough. If it's not, I'm just going to reset. This one is a demonic waste of time. In the timeless words of Yogg too, I'm demonically wasting my time right now. I could be just blasting. Quirky female? Quirk Chungus? Manic Pixie Dreammander? No way I don't level up. Dude, I need to go like get a Caterpie. Oh, I can't go get a Caterpie because I don't have the Pokedex. I just have to hope I don't gain an extra attack. If I lose both results, I'd probably gain too many EVs. I could go do some like demonic showdown checking. Did I get banned for the shiny glitch with the change ID? No. No, definitely not. It depends based on the IV spread. All right, level 9. Surely this is enough. If not, I'm literally resetting. Oh, yes. Okay. It was 1339, 84 milliseconds on the seed. That's close enough to be completely normal. 30307. And I hit 339, so I was like 1 frame late, realistically. I'll put it in. But that's pretty small. That's a pretty small difference. Oh, I didn't like that. All right. Next attempt. Calibration is in. Away we go. No, Eon timer set to 60 Game Boy in the settings. You want it set to GBA. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm using 574. I explained it a little bit earlier with a whole lecture and like I showed my math behind the 574. You'd have to go back and look for when I have a Google spreadsheet up on my screen because I'm not going to explain it again. It was a lot. Okay, modest. Do we press and hold? Yeah, you hold A at the title screen. And you cannot skip the intro. Do not skip the intro. So with all the math calculated, this boils down to 3 frame perfect inputs. Yeah, pretty much. 5, 20, 9, 12, 12, 11, 9. I'm going to shrink my seed range to 10. Submit. I got 3 results. I could go to 6. But I'm not going to. I'm going to wait until I get a female before I adjust again. I'm going to trust in my calibration. In French, there's an extra dialogue after your adventure is about to unfold, and I have no idea when I should hit A to get the ID. Like, you have another A press available, or it's like extra text. Because extra text is normal. 3, 4, 5, 6. The tweaks don't change the cadence of the beeps. They just change when they come. I was talking while I did that one. That one's probably going to be a burger attempt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If there's another A press, you would always wait for that last A press. If the last A press is different on French, wait for the last A press. And then go off the numbers in Blissy's guide. At some point, I will test the other region games and get like exact numbers for Switch specifically, but I've been testing Ace on the other games, on the European games, and like, give me a break, dog. I can only test so much in a week. I'm saying burger, usually. If it's a bad attempt, I usually say burger. Don't ask why. That could be a seed hit. 2 advances late. I'm gonna get a level 6 on this one, only because I got a potential seed hit. And I want to narrow that down. You want to hear the lore behind burger? Okay. So the lore behind burger goes back to Diablo 2 Resurrect, or no, it goes back to Path of Exile. So me and my friend Clay were playing Path of Exile. Yo, Chris M. School, thanks for the $10. Much appreciated. So me and my friend Clay are playing Path of Exile, right? And he picked like I think he picked the Templar in the game or something. And then at one point he pulls me up and he goes, yo, Jeff, check my drip. And he pulls up, like, he's like wearing an ugly toga and he looks terrible. And it reminded me of like some episode of Bob's Burgers. And I was like, bro, your character looks like Bob's Burgers. Cause he just looked, it was 0% drip. And then like somehow from that, like calling something Bob's Burgers, like, just means like it looks stupid, and then that has gradually like just distilled down into calling something burger means that something was dumb or bad. That's like that's literally like all it's like really obscure stupid lore. I don't like. All right, we gotta ID this Squirtle. I hope it was a seed hit. I think I'm like demonically close. I think I binked it from like day one. Don't crit me. Oh, thank God he didn't crit me. Wait, did I miss? Reset. Insta reset. Insta reset. I'm not dealing with losing the battle. No way I'm wasting my time on that garbage. No way I'm wasting my time on that garbage. That is stupid. It survived. That's crazy it survived. That was insanely burger. Yeah, you're getting it. Okay, focus. I'm not gonna look at chat during timers. I have to actually focus. I want to be done with this. Demonically binked burgered. A wordsmith. This is all just like Discord lingo that we've just like developed in our voice chat over the last few years. But like, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not English. Oh, mild? Yo, our target is mild. Hold on, did I just get it? Pause. When do you let go of A after the title screen? Once you see the file select screen. No, that's 2 frames early. Wow, there's another mild one, 2 advances early. That's evil. I'm adjusting to that. Cope adjust. On seed cope adjust. All right, focus time. All right, how'd we do? The funny thing is, once I get the shiny, I'm gonna reset and RNG it again so I can nickname it. Timid. That was on frame, wrong seed. On frame, wrong seed. Seen it a million times. Am I winning? I'm doing pretty well. 2, 6. This is the new version of Eon Timer. It is linked in the description of my last video. Wise574. I did a whole lecture about it like maybe 15 minutes ago with a Google Sheet on my screen. You might have to go back and peep that, because I don't want to do the whole lecture again when I just did it. But it is in the VOD. There's a Google Sheet on stream. That is how you know I'm talking about it. It's looking like on frame, wrong seed again. I might be skewing late. If my next seed is late, I'm going to drop like 16 MS. Should we be using 574? I'm not going to recommend anything until I get it and make a video myself. Because if you start using my custom shit, and then you go back to Blissy's Discord or you go to someone else and you ask for help, and they go, why the fuck are you using 574? Thank you for the subscription, Child Celebrity. I appreciate that. 1 second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I'll wait. 2, 5, 6. 2, 4, 5, 6. All right, Child Celebrity. Thank you very much for subscribing on Twitch with tier 1. I much appreciate it. No. You're good. You're good. Yeah, this is Nintendo Switch. Manthony Montoya. There we go. That was a tough one. The all lowercase had me tripped up. All right, Quirk Chungus. Is new Eon Timer better? It's only better in the fact that it runs out of the browser, so you can use it on like a phone or, you know, something like that if you don't have a compute. Yeah, I was 1 late on seed, one advanced late in the lab. I'm gonna do 30408 update. So we dropped a frame on our seed. I doubt it runs out of a 3DS browser. I don't know if that has the correct, like, dependencies available. How do I figure out the initial advances? The program tells you what the target advances are. Yeah, I would argue this is much more difficult than Ace. A Baranabas. Headphone lag is real, by the way. If you have wireless headphones, your beeps will be different than if you're using wired headphones or speakers. Baranabas. Ooh. That late on seed, early on frame makes sense to me. So that was just a bad seed attempt. I was probably reading chat. I was 50 late on seed. Caney Kane, you've got it. That's correct. First timer is for the seeds. Second timer is for 1x1 speed. And last timer is at 2x2 speed just to hit the frame. Bold. A bold one. Bold. You're crazy if you think XD manips on the Game Boy or the GameCube Classics emulator is going to be easier than this. 2 seeds late, 1336. I'm still trending a little late. I'm gonna put 30408 in again. Hit update. We're gonna drop another frame. Does this method affect if we had good seeds, if we had more seeds than we have like for this first release, then good IVs would be possible, but we just don't have the data for that yet. We'll see if they allow save states in a Pokemon game. I don't know if they will. But they might just straight up disable save states in XD Colo on the GameCube Classics. I should mention that basically, like, any IV is possible if you're willing to wait long enough. No, the GameCube is not getting home support. If you put in a max advances of like 20,000 advances, you could find some really high IV targets. But like, the odds that they're high IV and shiny for your secret ID are quite low. Calm. Why would they disable save states? Because it's a Pokemon game and you could, like, cheese. But I guess there's no outside communication with this one, so, like, maybe they could. Still 1 seed late. 10 lines is better than Pokefinder. 10 lines gives you more information than Pokefinder, yeah. Because it has the seed timings built in. Like Pokefinder Core is part of 10 lines. Like, it's using Pokefinder Core to do the frame calculations and everything. We just have the seed timers built into it. Can you please explain what you're looking at to say when it's still 1 seed late? Yeah, it's the plus 17 milliseconds. Yeah, that's 1 seed. Correct. As time goes on, I've got my seed bot running right now. I could switch my HDMI cord over and you guys could see the seed bot running. Joke 65. Yeah, BDSP is not part of 10 lines. 10 lines is Gen 3 only. Naive. How many seeds do we get in an hour? In like 24 hours, we get like 150 something seeds. Because we have to record them at 500 hertz precision. So for every frame, we're taking 8 trials. So it takes a while to like be able to reasonably infer the order of the seeding accurately enough to give you good results. Okay, we just hit early on seed, 34 ms, and too late. Dude, we're like right there, man. How many seeds do we have total? We have like maybe 600 right now, and we'll probably have another couple hundred to add in the next update. There's 65,536 total. So, you know, and we might not be able to find all of them. Leaf green switch 2? What about it? You just got shiny number 4. Oh, there it is. I got shiny Charmander number 4 offline. Leaf green switch 2. W. See? I told you that shit works. 2303. It was 2303? Same save? Same save, or did you start fresh? Behind the daycare fence does work on Switch. Yeah, nothing with that has changed. Yeedia, you hold A on the title screen until you see file select. Same save? Oh, 2303, yes. W. I knew I was right. Yeah, so that seed must have just been a burger. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I got the sound alert. I will read it in a second. Hold on. I'm trying to stay focused. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Sir Loaf of Bread, thank you for the 10 bucks. Do I start over Eon Timer after every new SID? Because from Blissy's video, he said keeping the same calibration from the initial 3498C, but he kept on cutting ahead, and now I have no idea. Yeah, you can keep your calibration. The calibrations are mostly for adjusting your Switch, like your Switch and your personal timings to 10 lines. So after you've got that like pretty dialed in, you don't have to change that unless you start to notice you're drifting. Mild! Ooh, this could be our guy. This could be our guy. No, these were designed for the GBA, Mini X. These tools were designed for the GBA and we're adapting them to the Switch. That is our target. A4FD 1337. We hit the elite frame. Not shiny, unfortunately. So we have to cross one of our secret IDs off the list. 2303 is dead. Yog2 has gifted 1 membership to viewers. Who caught it? Lucky Rob caught it? W catch. Lucky Rob deserved it. Thank you for the gift, though. So 38904 is dead. Do I check 1 late or 1 early? This is where things get dicey, right? Because now I have to know whether or not to go up or down. Having battle animations does not affect the seed, by the way. You think I was late, Shadow Darkus? You think I was late? I'm seeing some lates. All right, I'll try 2305. 37853. Frames do advance during battle. Frames are advancing at like double during battle again. We can expand the range, so we'll go to 1000 to like 4000. We go any nature, shiny, star square, search. This FF52 is not bad. I can expand the seed plus minus a lot. Let's go up to 50. Ooh, that one's a female too. Ooh, 266. Any of these have good stats? That one's rash. I like a rash. Pause. Ooh, this 1683 is tempting, but that's a long seed wait. 1426 is pretty close to... Oh, that's modest? Yo. Oh, 2A66? Yo, 2A66 is one of my... I went on a 6 seed streak with 2A66 a few days ago when I was calibrating. 2A66 is one of my heaters. Now, the thing is Yog2 hit 13 seeds back to back the other day. Hit his seed 13 times in a row. He doubled up my record and then gave it another +1. So if I'm gonna hit this modest female, I'm going with this one. Okay. So that's 2A66. target milliseconds is 31077. 31077. Target advance now is 426. And then our target is 1426 2A66. So make sure to set your target seed up here when you change targets. And then we'll do 1400 to like 1450 and we should be good. Man, I hope I hit 2305. I missed my home button. Oh, I didn't. 13 in a row, yeah. Yeah, Dead Slan. Yogg 2 was on a fucking tear. He hit the same seed 13 times in a row. I wasn't selected on wasn't selected on the untimer. There we go. The only real difference between what you do and what Blissey does is that I don't use a 600 lap frame. Yeah, I use 500 overworld frames in 10 lines and then 574 in Eon timer. And then I also use a shorter timer at the secret ID because I go for a preset name. Those are the two big differences. Everything else is like the same workflow. It'd be way easier if you used an ace code. Because you'd already know your secret ID. But the individual attempts would be more or less the same. You would just know that like once you hit your frame, it's going to be the shiny because you know your secret ID in advance because you used ace. Oh, I use shorter continuous green frames? Well, I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. What's the easiest way to get a legal 6 IV shiny Deoxys? Watch my video that I just put out yesterday. I do exactly that in my video yesterday. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's the easiest. Let me rearrange my windows here so you guys can... How do you get your secret ID from Ace? You run an Ace code and it tells you your secret ID. It's as easy as that. 2A66, 1425. I was on seed 1 frame early. Am I him? Bro, I'm him. And we hit 2A66. Yo, okay. Guys, keep track. That's one seed hit. That's 1 seed hit in a row. 2A66 I feel very good about. Why does Blissey say choose a target seed 10 above our actual? I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Deacon. Yeah, you can just read your secret ID with Ace and then RNG manip. It won't be the same as GBA because you still have 2x2 mode to worry about. You always go into the home menu to start Eon. Yeah, that's called the home buffer strat given to us by the Saint Martini Silver. Airplane mode does not help. Doesn't do anything. Brave? Yeah, I haven't put out a guide video yet. I'm testing my machinations. I was 1 seed late that time. 2 frames late. That's all chill. That's all good. We are in the pocket, bud. I can see the little gremlins in chat right now going over to Blissy's stream and typing things like, Hefe says to use 574 in the lab advances, even if the thing is set to 500 at overworld frames in 10 lines. What the heck is wrong with, like, why are you guys different? And then Blissy's gonna be like, why are you telling people 574? And I'll be like, I didn't start my timer. I'm dying. Is this method proven? I mean, yeah. It's just a question of like, is it more accurate on your first attempt? And so far it seems to be. Oh, Blissy finished? Dang. No gremlins. Oh, they could still be doing it in the Discord. Blissy said, you said, Becky said, Doug was cheating on Barbara. Facts. Should we try with 547 or 600? Yeah, I'm joy-conning. I don't have a guide out, so, like, I can't help you until I get it. 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's nothing wrong with 600. It's just a different, like, methodology to get closer on your first attempt. The theory is all the same. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not even convinced I'm gonna make a guide. I might, but I don't know if I will. This VOD might just be like the guide. You watch my VOD and you follow along. I'm trying to explain it as I go. All right, 5, 19, 10, 11, 10, 12, 10. 1 seed early, 2 frames late, 3 frames late. Yeah, I could probably chop this up easily. I'm not really a chopper though. There's too much chat interaction. Why would I do this over Ace? Because it's cooler. I just got here. Can you restart? Absolutely not. The VOD is there. You hit the rewind button and then you pump my watch time stats. But yeah, just going back to the differences between Blissy's method and mine. The numbers that we pick are arbitrary, by the way. They're asking about it in the Discord. That's so funny. That's so funny. 2, 3, 6. Did they screenshot the spreadsheet? If they didn't screenshot the spreadsheet, Blissy's not going to believe me. Impish. Plus 17 milliseconds. That's 1 seed late and then 3 frames late. I've been dancing around it. I only adjust the seed hits though. So if I hit the advances and CSF, yo, CSF is an abbreviation for continue screen frames. Is that what that means? Hey, Imprisoned, thanks for becoming a member. So if I hit the advances in CSF, but I was off by 2 seeds, should I not just change my target seed setting, or do I have to keep going for the one I picked at the start? No, change your target seed to what your target seed is. I did PRNG seed and teleport in my last video, Unix. I literally just put out a video yesterday on PRNG seed and teleport. I used it for a 6IV Deoxys. Anyway, yeah. So, like, just to confirm, like, my target seed is 2A66. In the target seed box in 10 lines, I have 2A66 set as the target seed. My shiny is on 2A66. Or my theoretical shiny. I don't know that it's shiny yet because I don't know my secret ID. Quirky. You hold A. You must hold A. Do not press. You hold A until you see the continue screen. It's looking like B56D, 2 seeds early. All right, I gotta lock in. 16 milliseconds late is 1 seed. Yeah, correct. Let's see, it's telling people to pick a seed further from their actual target. Yeah, I don't get that. I set the target seed to my target seed. Why hold and not press? Because if you press, a press is actually 2 actions, right? So if you press, that's 1 action. And then when you release, that's another action. The game registers the press and the release. This is what we call it. If you press but don't release, that's a half A press in like Panacoic terms, right? So you want to hold it until the seed is determined, which you know the seed is determined once the file load screen loads. So you can't hold it for too long, but if you release it before the seed is picked, that can mess it up. It doesn't advance the frames, it affects... Okay, so the seed is determined not only by the amount of time you wait, the number of frames, but it's based on when your input interrupts a timer in the game's CPU called timer 1. And timer 1 moves way faster than 60 FPS. Like many times faster than 60 FPS. But the game only buffers inputs every frame. So you can only interrupt it at set intervals. But any other thing you do in the game, any button input you make, any button holding, button releasing, the game settings, like I said, the fact that your save block 2 is empty, all of that stuff, that can all affect it because the timer 1 is like the cycle speed of the timer 1 is like dependent on it having to do all this other shit. Because the CPU does everything, right? It handles the inputs, it handles the save loading, it handles finding the like settings in the save data, it handles all that. Yeah, it's like cycle level stuff. Yeah, you need to understand what a CPU cycle is before you can even like begin to have enough badges to understand what I'm talking about. All right, focus attempt. This is a lock-in attempt. Yeah, that's probably a more accurate way to say it, Edrichu. Oh, Alex is here? W. What up, Alex? Welcome to the Thunderdome. Blissy said it's okay Ross cheated on Rachel because they were on break. I mean, they were on a break. They were on a break. Quirky. I would not assign a berry to a key item. I just hit the same guy back to back, so this is an adjust. This is an adjust scenario. I've just hit the exact same Pokemon 2 times in a row. So I hit 31044. And then I'm just gonna update the seed timer on that one. I appear to be drifting. Do I recommend resetting the calibration after being off on multiple attempts? Yeah, I basically like keep track of whether I'm trending in one direction, and then I update my calibration based on that. Like if I notice that I'm consistently starting to hit late or early after like being close once, then it just means that like my human reaction time has been drifting and I need to update my calibration. No, this is my second secret ID. I closed one off a little bit ago. We're effective. Hold on, I'll read that in a second. $5 from Icy Boom. Hey, just wanted to say thanks for all the work you've been doing. Are you going to try and encounter any Pokemon via NPC Ace Code RNG Shiny Manips? Yeah, I've done one of those before. Not on stream or anything, but I did them on 3DS. I could try it on this game. Oh, man, I goobed. I didn't even get my Squirtle. Sound alert goobed me, man. No, my Mew is not legal. My Mew is so not legal. That thing is illegal as shit. But it listens to you. Hold on. I have a question. If I remove the letters, I assume you mean the mail, from the Pokemon of your team and change those Pokemon for others, do I need to do all the stuff to be able to do Ace Codes again? No. No. You do not have to do any of that again. Once you've done the double battle, you've enabled the mail glitch. And once you've gotten O-E-A-E-I-E-A, you know, once you've gotten the spinning cat, you're good. You can remove mail and put mail back on your Pokemon whenever you want to re-access the glitch slot. You're chill. Do I have a playlist? Exclamation point playlist for the playlist. I hacked a Mew. I used glitches to get the Mew. Is it possible to get a Mew legally in this game? No, there is no legal Mew in Fire Red and Leaf Green. And then Corn Dog Tugger subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. Timid. I do not know my secret ID yet, Eric Bergman. I am trying to get a shiny to confirm it. You might have to go back and watch the VOD later. It seems you've showed up late. I do open carry the Mew, yeah. I don't care if Nintendo finds me. Oh, that's a seed hit. 2-way 6-6. 14-15, I was demonically early. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I was 1 seed late. I was 1 seed late. Those are demonically close. Those are demonically close.